All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second match of the evening here, the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore, Korea / Taiwan qualifier number 2. It's quite a mouthful to say, but it's delicious, so we take that mouthful at every chance we get. Spawning in the top left position as the red Protoss player from Team SK Telecom, it is Paralyze. Coming up against this guy, the man he'll be looking to cripple, the blue Terran player from Team MVP, it is Dream. So Terran versus Protoss. We had a TVT. If you guys just missed it, fantasy. Tough series against Bunny. Bunny has advanced the next stage of this qualifier. Don't know if I should spoil results in other casts in case you watch on the VODs, but, well, I don't know. That's what you get for not watching live. We have supply depot being built in the mineral line for MVP Dream. I almost wanted to just say MVP. Sometimes that'll be like a mini cast or confession of mine. It's like I wanted to say MVP, and I'm like, well, might as well just say the whole team name and then the player. But Gateway's coming in for Paralyze. He's going to move out his scouting probe. This isn't the earliest scouting probe ever, but it's reasonably well timed. He'll get a decent read on what Dream is up to. It looks like it's going to be that command center first. We can see SCVs queued up for our blue Terran player. He's actually going to... Is it going to be low ground? This is pretty ballsy. The probe will get there very early to actually start harassing this SCV. So Dream will need to be on top of his micro if he wants to keep this command center alive. Very important as, well, second gas is also being taken. There's an opportunity here for some potential, aggression. You could proxy a Stargate and try to do something really weird. Not necessarily guaranteed, but look at this. Already doing some damage. The SCV is down to half health, less than half health. It's getting very low. 2 shots away from being tased to death, and there you go. 2 more SCVs brought down to try to deal with this. This is so annoying to deal with as a Terran player. The Protoss can just move out now, and I'm wondering if he's actually mining the gas. No, he's not mining the gas. He wants to get the Nexus as fast as possible as a counter to this. Rather than doing some sort of all-in, which MVP Dream might be prepared to defend against, he's more just looking at the long term and saying, let's try to just catch up economically and play a little bit more greedy if we can manage it. So his probe is still being top 3 harassing probe, NA or Korea, what have you. He's gonna have to pull out another SCV. Yeah, this is really nice. This probe is a terrorist, man. He's coming over to our lands. As a human being, I can say that I am literally Terran, and this probe gets a kill. This is so annoying. Oh my goodness, he's just gonna tase another SCV almost to death here. There's no Marines out yet. This probe could actually run inside that main base. There's like 2 SCVs that are basically about to be one-shotted away, and this is going to require some sick micro from Dream to hold this pressure off. Ooh, yeah, probe getting there. Oh, no, nope. Can he get it? Oh my goodness, he's juking hide-and-go-seek champion. I guess it's like playing tag, actually. Oh, man. There's a little bit of repair going on. This is like weird repair / probe micro. Oh, does manage to give that probe the kiss of death. And the third barracks begins for the MVP Terran player. Now, the Nexus is almost done. The second orbital command is complete. So I still feel that Dream, I mean, for the most part, he got away with his opening. He's okay, which is fine. So now the Stalker, rickrolling its way out. And it's actually Twilight Council. This could be, one of those 2-base blink plays. And I really like the 2-base blink play because when a Protoss player does it well, it just sets you up so nicely for the later stages. You can do the micro, punish a Terran player that's really greedy. And Dream's actually taking an interestingly fast third gas, I think potentially caused by the delay of that SCV loss and that damage he took earlier on. And this is kind of weird. It'll allow him to get up his stim and then his factory faster, but there is the blink for Paralyze. Now, what does Paralyze do with this? That's the really big question. He can really commit if he wants to. He can go up to like 5, 6, 7 gateways off 2 bases and just try to completely crush him. Or he can sit on the lower end of that. I think 5 gateways. 6 is stretching it because Stalkers are actually very expensive. But you sit on about 4 gateways, you can do a lot of pressure. And I think we actually saw this yesterday. I can't remember which match it was. Some heavy Stalker pressure in a TVP. But right now, it looks like it's just 3 gateways. So this is about the least amount that you can commit to this. And he's even getting his mothership core out. I'm wondering when we're going to see maybe a robotics facility, some other level of tech. Because if he's just going to sit on this, the only other transition he can make is either straight into Templar. So it kind of leaves him a bit easier to be predicted. If Dream scans, he'll know, okay, I guess ghosts are all I'm really going to need. Blink is getting ever closer, but he can't produce too many Stalkers, in all honesty. He's taken gas at his natural expansion, which shows he wants to build up a little bit more gas. Constant 3-gate production won't spend all his money. So there's the Robo finally being added on. It opens the door for that transition, but I'm wondering if he does something like go double Forge and then go Colossus and maybe try to do some sort of 1-1 timing out of this with heavy Blink Stalker setup. Only because moving straight into the Templar, a little bit easier to see. And there he actually scans. He sees that the Blink upgrade has been researched. He knows, okay, I mean, it's very unlikely it would be a fast charge, but here we go. Missile Turret's being set up. He's actually worried about Dark Templar. I mean, I'm certain that he saw it was maybe he didn't think it was upgrading anything, but I guess we're about to find out. The Stalker's jumping to the main base. That Tech Lab with Stimpack is still researching. If he kills his Tech Lab, that would be absolutely monumental in this game. Does miss. Very nice Blink Micro, only taking out the one very badly hurt Stalker. Will lose one, though. I think the rest of these units will have to retreat for now. A nice little bit of poking. He forced a panic reaction of Dream, and that kind of messed you up a little bit. Doesn't have all the SUVs on the gas. It's those tiny things that make the Terran player really stress out. And he's just warping in 3 Stalkers at a time. He's like, yeah, I don't have a crazy amount of gateways. I don't really need a crazy amount of gateways to bring this pressure. Now the Observers are coming in. No follow-up, though. No Robo-Bay just yet. I'm wondering when he'll really commit. As he's just adding on pylons and producing probes. He's not yet actually picked a late-game tech path to go down. No tier 3 on the way. Just mass Stalkers for the most part. And with good micro can actually do a lot of damage versus this. But now that Stim is done, this late factory is the only thing that really helps out. I'm actually, my mind is blown by how late this factory is. There's so much gas for Dream banked up that there will be no medevac. So every Stim actually hurts Dream. I'm suddenly starting to really like the position of Paralyze just because of this. But he's trying to get a little bit of a sandwich flank. 1 Stalker down, 2. Potentially 3, maybe 4, 5 Stalkers. Very nice catch, Dream, with no medevacs. That blink that was made by Paralyze really put himself in a tight spot. He does have the Observers now. He can watch the front and see if these units move out, but look at this. Dream's just trying to catch these forces. He's going to make him blink every step of the way. We'll be able to evade this, but there's only an Immortal. Charge is now on the way, a second Immortal being produced, and he invested a lot in this. There's no tier 3 tech out, but I think the lack of a starport makes Dream's ability to press in almost, yeah, there's no way. He's almost castrated himself as far as the aggressive tendencies go, because there's no opportunity to do it without the medevacs. He needs to be able to heal. He's already taken a lot of damage from Stim. This pylon can see the reinforcements trickling across, and I do like this. The double Forge play. Kind of mentioned this earlier. I expected him to jump into this setup earlier, but alas, it's not a huge deal. Third base is on the way for a Dream. He's starting that medevac production, and he's keeping a little bit of a soft contain on the outside. He's not really pressing with it, but he's watching both third bases. So as long as he knows about the third base timing, he can kind of sit on 2 bases and say, whatever you send out, I'll be ready for it. Stalkers come in. 1 lone Hero Marine does get blasted to bits. And with this pylon, he knows the positioning. He knows where the army is. This Warp Prism actually gets spotted. Dream, he shouldn't recognize that there's a potential threat coming in. Pylon on the right side will be sniped away. +1/1 is just now starting for Paralyze, but Dream has actually completed his 1/1 upgrades. His armor is about to finish. He already has the attack upgrade and his armory done very soon as well. So there's actually potential for the Terran player to get a lead in upgrades versus a Protoss, which is very unusual. He now has the medevacs on the field. The Templar Archives is halfway done, so he's relying on these Immortals and the charge lots to really just tank and buy himself time. The Observer in the main base tells him that there's no defenses here at all to stop him from doing some sort of drop harass, which, I mean, for all intents and purposes, is exactly what Paralyze needs. Pull this bio army back, or at least prevent the reinforcements from continuing to trickle across, because right now he's just saying, go ahead, try to take a third base with no area of effect damage. I double dog dare you. And he's not even a dog. He's a StarCraft player. These Marauders are going to move in, picks off this Stalker, and he's like, okay, where's the probe? Try to start this Nexus. Let's see it. Now, he doesn't need to be worried. There's a lot of energy on these sentries. He could force field them. He could try to donut this army and take out the rocks. A couple of units do get pinched off here. That Nexus is on the way. He needs to be careful. These rocks can create a great divider. And there's the Zealots in the main base just going to town. That upgrade advantage for Dream is actually really nice from the SCVs. Don't die quite as quickly. The 1/1 is still not done yet for Paralyze. And I'm actually kind of wondering now, when Dream invests, he has a lot of gas. He can start the 2/2 pretty much whenever he wants. Does take out these rocks. He's going to go for the rest of it, and 4 medevacs being sent up to the main. There is nothing here to defend against this. Where's the Mothership Core? in the natural. Okay, he has a couple Templar and the Mothership Core is in the natural. He will be able to fold an Overcharge, but now he's dropping into the natural. He could actually take out these Forges. If he stopped that +1 armor, okay, there's no way he's going to stop that, but he can prevent the +2 upgrades from coming in. He can kill the Twilight Council because he's pressing both bases at the same time. Storm is about to finish. There's no Templar in the main base to deal with this, though. The fucking Overcharge is not enough. The main Nexus gets sniped. I feel like he just needs to kill these Forges and get the hell out of dodge. +2 attack is still coming in. The Zealots are taking a lot of damage. He's pressing him out of the third base, but once these Zealots are gone, it's just these Immortals, and he's going to focus these down next. He's still pressing in here. I still think he should go for the Forges. Nice Storms. Really trying to clean this up, but there's so much here. He's stepping back. The Marauders fighting the Immortals with very low health seems a bit reckless, but Dream has to be feeling confident anyway. He doesn't care. He's blasting his way through that third base. What is here to actually protect against this? There's nothing. He can Photon Overcharge this third Nexus. That's all he's got going for him now. And we will see the Photon Overcharge. A Marauder gets picked off. The Zealots being warped in. And he's just going to load everything up. He's like, okay, that's fine. I'm going to leave now. Stalkers blink to try to give chase, but he just unloads next to them. And he's like, okay, well, if that's how you want to play it, good night, Sally. And he's just continuing this rally for Dream, up 137 supply. He's looking untouchable. He's just completely been knocking Paralyze back and forth. It's pretty much as soon as he got these medevacs out, and I'm really surprised that with such late medevacs he was able to make this work. His +2/2 is coming in. Thankfully for Paralyze, the only thing he has going for him in this game, aside from the Storm, is he did not lose a second Forge. So his +2 attack will finish reasonably soon, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you really wanted to have a better spot with this many Zealots on the map and how Zealot heavy his composition is, you'd rather have the armor upgrades so that your units don't die as quickly to the Marine Marauder. Those Zealots can be kited. Them actually doing damage is a lot harder when they die fast. But the drop now hitting the natural expansion, a lone Zealot will not be enough to stave that off. Double drop in the main base. If he prevents this +2 attack, I'm going to lose it. Pressing into the third base at the same time as well. That Forge, Wood so close to finishing. That will be taken out, and GG Dream takes game number 1 in this best of 3 against the Protoss player Paralyze at the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore qualifier.